Hello my dear students, welcome to SRIC's English tutorial. Today I'll be doing the last part of the explanation of Act 4 Scene 3. So let's start. So here Brutus is speaking to his servant Lucius, whom Brutus has said to bring his nightgown and play his musical instrument. So he understands that Lucius had a hard day. After a hard work of the full day, he is tired and it's already means past midnight. So Brutus says, and Lucius agrees to play the musical instrument for Brutus, and then he says that what thou speakest drowsily. Drowsily means sleepy. So you are speaking in a sleepy manner. You are feeling sleepy. Poor knave. Here Brutus sympathizes with him and calls him poor. Knave means boy, and poor here means helpless, because he is the master and Lucius is the servant. So, as a servant, it is his duty to listen to his master. I blame thee not. I blame thee not. I do not blame you for this sleepiness, for this drowsiness. Thou art overwatched. Overwatched means you have stayed awake for a long time. You have been awake for a long time, so, and it is already quite late at night. So, it is not wrong for you, there is nothing wrong for you if you feel sleepy. Call Claudius and some other of my men. So, and he orders Lucius to go and call Claudius and some other men. Why? I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent, and I want them to sleep tonight inside my tent on the cushions. And Lucius says, Varro and Claudius. He says to call them both, and then he calls, enter Varro and Claudius. Now, here for the first time, we come across these two new characters, Varro and Claudius. Now, who are Varro and Claudius? They are officers in Brutus's army. So Varro says, Lord, calls my Lord, means, are you calling us, Brutus? Then Brutus says, I pray you, sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. Tonight you please sleep inside. Now the reason he gives that why he wants them to sleep inside his tent is that it may be I shall raise you by and by. Raise you mean I may awake you. You have to be awake by and by. By and by means in the course of time, time to time, in at any time. At any time I have to awake you or call you on business to my brother Cassius. Call on business, I may have some work, I may have to deliver some messages to my brother Cassius, so you have to please convey those. Varro says, so please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure. So Varro says that if you want us, so you please means if you want us, we will stand. We will stand. We will not lie down. We are not going to sleep. We will remain standing and watch your pleasure. And watch your pleasure, we will attend your need. We will do our duty, or we will uh, fulfill your service. If you want, we will, there is no need to sleep, we'll stand and we'll just wait for your command or order. Then Brutus says, I will not have it so. I will not have it so. Brutus says that I will not allow you to stand throughout the night. Throughout the whole night, I don't want you to stand. Lie down, good sirs. For the time being, you please lie down. Try to sleep. It may be I shall otherwise bethink me. And if you do not listen to me, if you are not ready to sleep, then otherwise means or. Otherwise, bethink me, I have to think something else. I have to think of some other plan. Then they lie down. Look, Lucius, here is the book. Now Brutus got a book from his dressing gown. He has put on the gown, and from the pocket of the dressing gown, he has got a book. Now, all of a sudden, this book has not been mentioned earlier. All of a sudden, now Brutus mentions about the book that he was. Lucius, here is the book. He takes it from the pocket of his nightgown and shows it to Lucius. I was searching for. So I put it in the pocket of my gown, and it was inside the pocket of his nightgown. Lucius says, I was sure your lordship did not give it to me. So Lucius said that, yes, previously I told you that it is not with me, you have not given it to me. Now Brutus says, bear with me, good boy, bear with me, please tolerate, or please don't get angry on whatever I say, good boy. I am much forgetful. I'm forgetting everything, because he's, first of all, we should not forget that Brutus is sad today. Brutus is suffering from anxiety. He has two factors that is bothering him. One is he is sad because he has received the death news of his wife. Second is, next day they are supposed to march with their troops to Philippi, where they are going to meet the troops or the armies of Octavius and Antony. So to this night is full of anxiety for Brutus. So he says that I'm getting a bit forgetful, I'm not remembering properly everything. So please bear with me. So please means tolerate my impatience. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while? Contest. Contest means can you. Thou means you. Can you hold up? Hold up means stay awake. Your heavy eyes are feeling heavy due to sleep. So you are feeling very sleepy, but it is my request, can you please be stay awake a while for some time, and touch thy instrument. Touch means you, can you play? Here touch means can you play thy instrument a strain or two. Here strain means tune. So why Brutus wants Lucius to stay awake? So that he can play one or two tunes or songs for Brutus. Now Lucius, yea my lord, and it pleases you. That means, yes my lord, if. Ain't please you, if it pleases you. Brutus, it does, my boy, yes. I will be happy, I will be pleased if you play the instrument. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing. So he says, I am troubling you, I am bothering you too much, because it is already past midnight, very late at night, you are feeling sleepy. Then I am requesting you to play the musical instrument. But art thou willing? Art thou willing? Do you want? Do you want to do that? Lucius says, it is my duty, sir. Lucius is a very dedicated servant. He says, it is my duty, whatever you order, whatever pleases you, I shall do that. Next, Brutus says, I should not urge thy duty past thy might. I should not urge. Urge means force. I cannot force you to do your duty past thy might. Might here means strength. If your body does not permit, if you are feeling tired, then I should not, as a master, I should not force you to do whatever I wish for. I know young bloods look for a time of rest. I know young blood, young people. Young people look for means they also need a time of rest. A time of rest, young people, though they are young, but still they need proper time of rest. Lucius says, I have slept, my lord, already. So he says that I have already, maybe some time before, he has already slept and taken his rest. Brutus says, it was well done. Definitely you have done a very good work. Definitely was appreciating that you have already rested for a while before, and thou shalt sleep again. But it is still, you have to sleep again. You have to sleep at night. I will not hold thee long. He said, I will not take your time for a long. If I do live, I will be good to thee. So he is saying, I will not make you stay awake for a long time by playing the music. And one thing Brutus mentions is, if I do live means if I survive, if I remain alive. Why he says so? Because next day they are going to the battlefield. So if he dies in the battle, then the question of living does not arise. But he says that if he is lucky enough to survive the battle, if he lives, then I will be good to thee. I will prove to you a better master, and definitely I will repay. I will repay your debt as a dedicated servant. Music and a song, and Lucius then falls asleep. Now Lucius was playing the music or singing a song, and then while playing his string, playing the string. Actually, he was playing the instrument called lute, Lute. So he falls asleep while playing the lute, and then the music stops. Now Brutus says only, this is a sleepy tune. The tune that Lucius was playing was quite a sleepy type of tune. Oh, murderous slumber. Now, slumber means sleep. Murderous sleep has been compared to a murder. Layest thou thy leaden mace. Leaden mace, here he says that leaden mace means like influence. Influence upon my boy. So you are creating, the sleep has influenced this brute Lucius, and he has fallen asleep, and that is why sleep has been compared to murder. Just like when a person is murdered or a person is killed, then what happens? When a person is murdered or killed, his sense does not work, his body does not functions. So here Brutus has compared sleep with murder, as the person's body does not function just when he is killed. So sleep is having an effect on Lucius. Leaden mace upon my boy. So you have influenced, sleep has influenced or taken control over my boy here Lucius, that plays the music, and that was playing the music. Lucius was playing the music, but under the heavy influence of sleep, he has fallen asleep now. Gentle knave. He looks at Lucius and calls him gentle knave, means boy. Simple boy. Knave means simple boy. Good night. And he wishes him good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. Now, when Lucius has fallen asleep, Brutus says that I can't be so harsh, I can't be so cruel that I will wake you up. If thou dost nod, but the thing is, if you move, thou breakest thy instrument. So Lucius is, drowsing. Lucius is drowsy, Lucius is drooling. So if Lucius falls on the musical instrument, then it will break. So what does Brutus do? I will take it from thee. So he takes the musical instrument from Lucius's hand and then says, good boy, good night. So Brutus, we see, is very kind master who does not force Lucius to play the musical instrument in spite of his sleepiness. And then what he does, he says that if you sit like this and if you feel drowsy like this, drowsily if you go on like this, then what will happen? If you fall on the musical instrument, it will break. So he helps him by taking it from his hand and keeps it, and then he makes him sleep, and then he wishes good night. Now he moves the instrument. Now Brutus says only, let me see, is not thy leaf turned down? So he has taken out the book from his dressing gown, and now he sat down to read, and now he is searching the page where I left reading. Last page that he has read. Here it is, he found it. He found the page. I think how ill this taper burns. Now while he was getting ready to read, why he was almost that he has found the page and was just getting to read, he watches something. What is that? He watches that the taper, that means the candle, which was in front of him, was ill this taper burns. The taper was burning evilly. How? Because the Elizabethan believed that if the taper burns, the flame is blue color, the candlelight becomes blue, then it suggests that there is a spirit around you. So Brutus looks at the candlelight and finds that it is the blue color is getting reflected from the light. Okay, so that means a spirit is around him. Now enters the ghost of Caesar. Who comes here? So Brutus says that, who is this? Now Brutus says, the weakness of mine eyes. So he assumes that, has my eyes grown weak that shapes this monstrous apparition? Apparition is a shadow. Okay, monstrous means unnatural. So it is not a natural shadow, it is some unnatural shadow. It comes upon me moving forward. Now the shadow is moving forward towards me. Art thou anything real? Are you a real thing? Art thou some god? Are you a divine, something divine? Some angel or some devil? So Brutus wants to confirm, who are you? A real being, a divine being, an angel, or a devil? That makest my blood cold. Out of fear his blood has become cold, and my hair stand to stare. Stand to stare. He is having goosebumps. His hair are standing on their ends. Speak to me, thou what thou art. So he challenges, or he says the shadow to speak who exactly it is. Then the ghost speaks, the evil spirit, Brutus, thy evil spirit. That means I am your evil spirit. Brutus, why comest thou? Why you have come here? Ghost says, to tell you. Tell thee means to tell you, thou shalt see me at Philippi. So he says that he will again see me at Philippi, the battleground. Brutus, well, then I shall see thee again. So he says, okay, then I will meet you there. He says, yes, at Philippi. So Brutus raises a question mark. That means I'm again going to see you there. He says, the ghost says, yes, you will see me there. Brutus, why I will see thee at Philippi then? He says, okay, then I will see you there only. Now the ghost exits. Now Brutus says that now I have taken heart. Taken heart, I have gathered up all my courage. I have gained my consciousness. I have gathered. I have become courageous. I have now become bold. And thou vanishest. Thou refers to ghost. He says, and the ghost has gone. Ghost has vanished. Ill spirit, evil spirit. I would hold more talk with thee. More talk with thee. I want to talk to you more. I want to know more things. The boy Lucius, then he calls. Lucius has fallen asleep. And then he calls Lucius, calls Varro, Claudius, sirs, awake Claudius, and he wakes up everyone. And then Lucius says, the strings, my lord, are false, are out of tune. Still he is, into that thought that he was playing the point where he felt asleep. He is still there, and he says that the strings are going out of tune. Brutus says, he thinks he still is at his instrument, Lucius, awake. Brutus is saying that, Lucius, I can understand that you are still at that point where you are still playing. You think you are playing the instrument, and then he wakes him up. Lucius, my lord. Brutus, didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criedest out? He says that, did you have any bad dream and you have shouted or cried in your dreams? Lucius says, my lord, I do not know that I did cry. He says, I did not say anything. I did not utter a word or speak during my sleep. Actually, Brutus wants to confirm that whether it was really the shadow speaking to him, or whether any three of them who were sleeping inside his tent did speak in their dreams. Brutus, yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything? So Brutus is saying, I think you have spoken in your dreams. And then he says that, did you see anything? Did you see any, like as he has seen a shadow, an apparition? So have you seen such thing? Lucius says, nothing, my lord. Now Brutus says, sleep again, Lucius. So he says, okay, you go back to sleep. Now Brutus calls Claudius, Sira means sir, calls Claudius and to Varro, fellow, thy awake. So he says, please, you people awoke, and they rise up. Varro says, my lord. Claudius, my lord. Brutus says, why did you cry out, sirs, in your sleep? He says that, why did you speak? In your sleep you uttered something. Both of them said, did we, my lord? He says, they were so asleep that they even don't know whether they have said something in their sleep or not. Then Brutus says, yes, saw you anything? He says, again asks the same question as he has done it for Lucius. He says, have you seen anything? Varro, no, my lord, I saw nothing. Claudius, nor I, my lord. Brutus, go and commend me to my brother Cassius. Commend me, send my greeting. Go and greet my brother Cassius and bid him set and tell him to set on his powers. Powers means troops, military troops, betimes before. Betimes before, the time they had planned. Okay, the time they have planned before that means early. And we will follow, and then Brutus will follow. Brutus's army will follow. So Cassius's army will start early or start first and followed by Brutus's army. Both says, it shall be done, my lord. That means they will inform Cassius about the change in plan. There is a change in plan. The time has been shifted forward. That means he has the time that was planned. Now it has been preponed. And this is to be informed to Cassius, and thus they exit. So here comes the end of explanation of Act 4, Scene 3. I hope it is helpful, and if you think it is helpful, useful, please share it with your friends and like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.